Soap and Clay Kidlet number one thought it would be such a fun idea for me to like start the video with like a book, like my nose stuck in a book for this soap today. And I I mean, I literally just tried it, but I can't not explain things to you. I don't know how to act. So that just felt weird and strange. It was a cool idea, though, by Soap and Clay Kidlet number one. She just expects more from her mother than I can ever really deliver when it comes to acting, I guess. But before I tell you about today's soap and why my nose stuck in a book is actually relevant, hello, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And today is day 220 of said soapy things, and we are making the Belle Princess soap. And that's the whole thing with the book and the whatever. It's a cool idea. That would have been really cool. I'm not that. And so, I don't know. I'll probably edit all of that out and I will figure something else out for the intro. But yeah, hi, Belle. Belle is my favorite Disney princess. I love her so very much. She's my girl. She loves books. I love books. Like, that's my thing. And, you know, books, all types of books, and her too. And so I'm very excited to make the Belle soap. Now, I wanted to sort of move away from just doing like the princess dresses or the villain dresses or, you know, whatever, and do kind of more abstract things and kind of bring more of their character into the pores for this bar. And, you know, it's accompaniment bar, really. And I'm not telling you about that today because it's no spoilers. And so with this, I am going to be doing like the yellow of the dress on the bottom and then try to do like a book in the middle and then the yellow and the, yes. So we'll see how that all works out. I don't have patience for things that this actually requires, like sculpted layers and mica lines. So I don't know, might be a disaster. Let's go check it out. Oh my God, this is like my favorite princess ever. I am so excited to make this princess. Belle is everything in life. There's Kaylin Clay. The scent blend is leather and rose, and there are the roses that are going on top. We are going to be dealing with a quasi-sculpted layers thing, as well as some mica lines inside, because I'm kind of going for, in this, like the top and the bottom will be her pretty gold dress from the, you know, ballroom scene. But then in the middle of the bar, we're going to go white with some black mica lines to kind of look like a book, really. And so that's what we are doing. And also I will be doing some piped, or not some piped, but some pipette soap on top of the bars to make little roses. So that's all very exciting because Belle is very exciting. She's just awesome. She's the, like, she's the bookworm, and that totally works for me because I'm the bookworm. I have always been the bookworm. And so when, you know, Disney came out with Beauty and the Beast, I was happy because there was actually a princess that like represented me, and that was cool. And, you know, I guess I never really thought about it until this exact moment, this literal exact moment. Do we all have princesses that represent us? Like, that's my princess. Like, Eowyn's princess right now is Merida. Like, that's her favorite. I mean, Elsa is always her favorite princess, but Merida is her that's her girl. And I think that's her girl because they both have curly hair, not because Aowen, you know, wants to go shoot arrows or turn me into a bear. But, you know, whatever. And yeah, no, do we all have princesses? What's your princess? Like, who's your spirit animal princess? That would be a cool conversation to have. Now, the oil blend that I'm using for this, oh yeah, I put some shiny mica in there too, because I've been having fun with shiny mica ever since the T-Swizzle bars. I will get over it at some point and stop doing it, but you know, for a princess soap, I think it works. And look, I'm going to do a little sculpted layer, guys. It's not a big sculpt. It's just to give some texture between each of the layers of the dress, and then, you know, a mica line between all the things, because mica lines are fun. Look, there's my mica line. I had to cut a lot of this out. It's a long video. But yeah, so the oil blend that I'm using for this is my current swirls mix. And really I shouldn't be using a swirls mix for this because we're doing layers, and so you should use something that will set up better. But here's the thing. I'm using leather and rose, and both of those scent blends accelerate for me. They accelerate and they rise, and it's super weird. So it was okay that I used the swirls blend, which was good because it was literally all I had master batched. And master batching days they're big, long, really exhausting days when I do my master batches, because I have between 6 and 8 master batches in the shop at all times. And so it's a lot of the melting down of the things and the mixing of the things, and because I heat all of my oils for master batch, when you're loosening up the oils, because they're heated, it helps them sort of combine better. And I've noticed that if you do it that way, you have less separation from your solids and your liquids during the winter months, and that's important because winter months in the Pacific Northwest, I mean, we don't have hard winters. It's basically 9 months out of the year that my solid oils are solid, and just a couple months where it's actually warm enough in the shop for the oils to melt on their own. So yeah, I've noticed that heating everything up actually helps everything sort of combine nicely during your master batch. And then so you just happen to give your bucket a quick shake before you pour everything out. It's all thing. So yeah, it was in fact master batch day today while pouring the Belle soap. So that's what I was doing while each of the layers were setting up, which is literally what I have to do with a soap like that is a sculpted layer, a soap that requires me to walk away. I have to literally walk away. And cool, I had something else to do during all of this, master batching the oils, which was fun and awesome. And also this pour was also fun and awesome because everything stayed really fluid because I was using the swirls mix really nicely, and except for the bits that, once you if you put too much of the scent load in, whatever, it accelerates, it rices, it gets weird. But that all works out in the wash. I've shown you riced soaps before, like really riced soaps, and what they look like after saponification is complete, and you can't tell. You also can't tell that I'm a professional soap maker that's been doing this, what feels like my entire life at this point. Because I still can't get this thing down. Georgia May's thing with the mica lines. I'm terrible at this. This is not... whatever. It's all a thing. But yeah, I think that Belle is my spirit animal. She is my spirit animal princess. Because again, she's the bookworm, and she's the dreamer. She likes to be just lost in a book, and that has been my whole life. I learned how to read at a very, very young age, and I just picked it up and ran with it. And it was something that I shared that passion with my grandmother as well as my mother. But my grandmother really would encourage me to read all of the things. And just like the look on her face as she was describing a new book, right? Because she would present me with a book and she would start to tell little snippets of the story to get you interested in, and she did it with all the kids. I mean, she was a teacher, and so she was great with all of the, you know, whatever. But she would describe the book that she wants you to read in such a way, and the twinkle in her eyes as she's talking about, you know, the written word was just, it was exciting, and it made you want to do the written word thing too. And so yeah, as a result, it may have started as a way to, you know, make sure my grandmother loved me more than anyone else, but it was a passion that I ultimately kept my whole life. And I love reading. I think I've read more books than any person I know, with maybe the exception of my grandmother. And at this point, I may have surpassed her because, whew, lots of books. And so when Belle came out, like Beauty and the Beast, I was elated. Like, this is awesome. And then like the whole idea of doing the talking items, and, you know, humans trapped in an object form, and it was very clever with the way that they did, you know, the different characters, Mrs. Potts and Chip. Oh god, I love Chip so much. And Lumiere was awesome. And the little French maid, it was cheeky. It was a great movie. I loved that movie. I've never actually seen the Broadway thing, but I've heard it's amazing. I saw Lion King, and that was extraordinary. Now keep in mind with all of this, this is a weirdly, Georgia May and I were having this conversation as I was making this soap. With all this, I am talking specifically about the cartoon, like the original Beauty and the Beast, not the live action, because I didn't like it. Like, I did not like the live action at all, and Georgia thinks I'm crazy for not liking it. Like, she loves, I'm pretty sure it's Georgia. Pretty sure that was the conversation I was having with her as I was pouring this. I don't think it was someone else. Georgia May, was it you? Was it you? Yeah. Someone, pretty sure it's Georgia May, really loved Beauty and the Beast. And I'm like, I did not. I was not a fan at all. But I haven't been a big fan of any of the live action movies. I haven't seen the Mulan yet. But the Aladdin live action, that one was really good. I loved that. And like the Speechless song that Jasmine does, that's one that makes me cry. But, you know, I mean, I cry over everything. But I really loved what Will Smith did with the part for the live action for Aladdin, because, like, how do you recreate what Robin Williams did? You can't. You can't recreate it. Don't try to recreate it. And Will Smith didn't. He made it his own, and it was awesome. It was really very good, because I like Will Smith. I think he's a very talented actor. But with the Beauty and the Beast, I don't know. I was not a fan, which is weird because the two Emmas exist in that movie, right? Emma Thompson and Hermione. Emma? What is her name? There are so many Emmas. It's insane. So, yeah, no, I love them. I love all of the movies that they're in. I just did not like the roles that they played in the Beauty and the Beast movie. I really did not. Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts, I was angry. We were watching this, and the ballroom scene comes on, and it's time for Mrs. Potts to sing her tale as old as time, right? And it's Emma Thompson doing the thing, and I was so mad that, like, I screamed an obscenity I didn't scream, but I definitely cursed. And it was essentially, you know, well, I mean, what I said was F you, Emma Thompson, because you ruined Mrs. Potts. Don't sing this song. And that's the whole thing. Like, that's the reason why I didn't like it and why I couldn't get behind it, is because I still want it to be the old one. And it's not the old one. So change your expectations, me. And, you know, I haven't gone back to rewatch it since because it was just, no, I don't want to. But again, Aladdin was awesome. That was a really good one. And I don't remember any of the other ones that have been done so far. Like I said, I haven't seen Mulan yet. So I'm sure that one I will have opinions on that too, for good or for ill. I don't know. But look at those cute little roses. Those are awesome. Now I'm going to use the rest of the soap batter that I just held, I reserved, you know, at the very beginning of the pour. And it's stayed nice and fluid throughout the whole thing. And I'm just going to use that soap batter to use the pipette to just sort of paint the stem of the roses on, so it all makes sense and, you know, does the thing. And that is super cute. So yeah, I mean, you can do lots of things with soap toppers, right? You don't necessarily always have to use like a melt and pour in bed or a pipe of soap or soap dough. Like if you have a little bit of extra batter left over and it's still fluid enough, you can totally do cool things like this. Just color it however you want and get your pipette out and do fun stuff. And that's fun. It's fun. Look how cute that is. It would be cuter if you could actually kind of see, maybe on this angle you'll be able to see me do the thing. But yeah, see, you just paint the things and it's cool. I mean, it's very similar to the it's kind of like the same technique, I mean, in a very small way, that, you know, Georgia May did for the Bob Ross, or like with the brush embroidery technique. Very, you know, you can do lots of art with soap, and I just very rarely do, but this is the Belle bar, so I wanted to put the extra special on top. And also I didn't want to make soap dough out of it. I don't like working with soap dough. It's not super fun for me, but it's super fun for Georgia, and she was busy doing other things, so I decided to pipette the tops, and it's super cute. And this will go into the oven for C-pop, and we will cut it in the morning and see what we are working with for Belle. And on to the cut of this beautiful bar. I really love how the yellow and the gold sort of mix together really well to create effectively a gold as easy as as well as you can in a batch of cold processed soap. And the glitter didn't hurt, like the gold mica. That was also cool. So let's see what kind of layers we have in here and if we can call any of this a book. And, you know, I mean, even if you can't, it's still going to be so that kind of works. It's not exactly what I was going for. I wanted the lines to be more like, but they needed to be craggy at the same time, the black lines for the writing, because, you know, writing is curved and has the whatever. And the bottom sculpt for the book, right, if a book is open, like that's an open book, that worked, but the top did not. So when I put the yellow gold mix in, it kind of pushed down too much into the white. But it is super beautiful, and ultimately using that really subtle gold for the mica line did what I wanted it to do, which was essentially make the entire bar look gold over, see, that's a very nice one, look gold over just yellow, because gold is kind of hard to get in cold process, so I wanted to fake it. And the fake worked, and those are great. I love that. That's very cool. So it's, you know, it's the illusion of a book, and you have the rose on the top for all of the, oh, that's cute. That is super cute. I love those. And the leather and the rose smell together is really cool. It's interesting how often I have found the need to use leather in the past month. That's weird, right? But there have been a couple that we've had a leather blend with, and it's delightful. I forgot how much I really love those, well, the leather blend, and it mixes so well with almost anything. So leather and rose totally works out, and that is day 220 Belle. right off the bat, the scent blend, so good. It is so amazing. You have that book leather with the rose and the rose on top of the soap. Let's talk about that too. That's nice. I love that. See, you don't have to do things with just soap dough all the time. You can do fun things with actual cold processed soap and, just kind of paint things on, and that's awesome. I did take a page out of Georgia May's book though with the Bob Ross painting and decided, oh yeah, I can do that. I can't do what she did. That's not possible. But I can make, stems of roses, and so they were adorable. If you are interested in the Belle soap, you can totally find it on the website at soapandclay.com. If you're interested in following me on social media, I'm there, do the things, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you're interested in more soapy antics and seeing what the accompaniment bar is to the Belle soap, you should subscribe to the channel. Just click that little word. I would super appreciate it, and that would be awesome. You could be part of the Sudzer family. For everyone that is a part of the Sudzer family, thank you so much, and thank you. You're awesome, and that's all there is to it. And I'm getting a little bit emotional thinking about how awesome you are today, so I'm going to stop with this because I have cried on camera too many times in 220 days, and that's not acceptable. So I'm going to be done for the day, and I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of 365 days of soap. Bye.